We're joined by Martin Biron. Marty, the Bruins soap opera continues. The sways of our lives. And, of course, Don Sweeney and Cam Neely have made this negotiation public. And Jeremy Swayman is in an intense contract battle for the second straight year. So, Marty, which side has more to lose at this point, the Bruins or their star goalie?
Yeah, the Boston Bruins have way more to lose than Jeremy Swayman. You look at their regression over the last couple of years, right? 135 points 2 years ago. They took a step back. And when you look at the goaltending position, it is so important to draft and develop, which is exactly what Jeremy Swayman is and has been for the Boston Bruins. They did sign Allmark free agency, but now they've been waiting for Swayman to take over, and he has last season. And now you go into this season with a couple of unknowns if Swayman isn't there. So, and maybe it sets back the Boston Bruins 2, 3, or even 4 seasons if they can't get a contract done with Jeremy Swayman. It's going to take a long time for them to recover. Now, I get it. Swayman has a little bit to lose as well financially, but I think that he's going to make that all up eventually because he's still young, and he'll make that money up. And this is the first time in his career that he was going to be showing up at camp and at the start of the season as the undisputed #1 goaltender, not a 1A or 1B like he was with Allmark. So now going into this year, this is going to be delayed. Either he signs, but he's missed training camp, or he missed part of the season, or he gets traded and he's with a different team, and that's an adjustment in itself. So I think Swayman has to lose a little bit, but the Bruins have to lose a lot if they don't get that done.
Yeah, and this certainly has been a roller coaster ride because this is a team that entered the offseason with the best tandem in the league by far. Vezina winner Linus Ullmark then was traded to Ottawa, and Swayman has no contract. So the Bruins at the moment are going with Jonas Korpisalo and Brandon Bussi. Marty, how much criticism does Bruins management deserve for this being their opening night tandem?
Yeah, no, you definitely have to look at Don Sweeney and Cam Neely. And more importantly, I think Don Sweeney, the general manager. Look, last season, they had to go to arbitration with Jeremy Swayman. You knew that it was a tough negotiation last year. You had to expect the same thing to happen this season. And when you go to arbitration, players take notes. And they're like, okay, you compare me to this player, you say this negative about me, and I get the whole system. You're trying to get a bargain on a player by going to arbitration. But now, this summer, Don Sweeney had to expect this was going to be another really tough negotiation. So if you trade Linus Ullmark, at least have a backup situation. And I know Korpisalo came over, but it's still not a really good situation for Boston. So I feel like they underplayed their hand a little bit by waiting and hoping Swayman was going to be signed. And right now, it's not happening. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure, and they mishandled the whole thing starting even from last year.
Yeah, we're just days out from them kicking off a new season. The Bruins right now, they're the 12th best bet to win the Cup on FanDuel. Maybe that changes if they can get the Swayman deal done.